While the entire Formula One world is busy figuring out how to get F1 back into Africa, I had a different question. Could an F1 race be held in Antarctica? Despite the fact that there have been no plans or initiatives to race in Antarctica, Formula One has had some history with driving in icy conditions. Take, for example, Luca Badoer driving his Ferrari during the 2006 Winter Turin Olympics, Sebastian Buemi driving one of Red Bull's cars over a frozen lake, and Max Verstappen's snowy hill climb in Austria. The only problem with those examples and these additional ones listed on the screen is this. Every single one of those events were simply demonstrations, and in reality, the closest Formula One has actually gotten to racing in snowy conditions is this 2003 testing session in Barcelona and another 2005 testing session at Silverstone, where the snowfall was honestly quite minimal and nothing compared to Antarctic conditions. The obvious reality is that F1 is nowhere close to racing in Antarctica, and thinking of such a possibility is currently simply outrageous. However, despite all that, there is one racing series that could actually manage to pull this off. In 2018, Formula E founder Alejandro Agag and former racing driver Gilda Ferran conceived one of the most ambitious ideas in motorsport at the time. The pair planned to create a radical off-road racing series that would compete in some of the world's most remote corners of the globe that were affected by climate change. Fast forward to today, Extreme E is absolutely stacked with talent. It's got Carlos Sainz Sr., yes, that's Sainz, running his own Sainz Extreme E team, and McLaren decided to join in the fun with their own team. And let's not forget Andretti, because apparently they need to be in every single racing series on the planet. But there's actually more. Jenson Button, the man who described his championship-winning Brawn as a monster, founded JBXE in an attempt to create a different type of monster. Not to be outdone by Lewis Hamilton, the 8-time world champion who had his X44 team in the mix until it wasn't. And just in case we didn't have enough champions here, Nico Rosberg decided to establish RXR. All this is kind of like a Formula One reunion, but with more dirt and less drama. Maybe. One of the races done was the Arctic X-Prix that took place in Greenland. Although the race itself was mostly on dirt terrain, the event showed that it was indeed possible to host a race in such a cold climate and a remote area, and provided with the fact that all Extreme E cars and equipment are transported by sea, it makes it even more likely for Extreme E to actually host a race in Antarctica, which is one of the most climatically affected areas on the globe. Now, there is no doubt that this will be a huge undertaking, especially with all the logistics involved with transporting and broadcasting a bunch of road cars in Antarctica. However, if you look at it from a very simplified view, it is something that is not too far out of reach, at least when compared to Formula One. As Extreme E evolves into Extreme H for the 2025 season and beyond, introducing hydrogen-powered vehicles, the series opens up new and exciting possibilities for pushing the conventional boundaries of motorsport. This transition not only showcases cutting-edge technology, but it also presents an opportunity to tackle an unprecedented challenge of racing in Antarctica, which is arguably the most remote and climatically sensitive region on our planet. While it is logistically daunting, an Antarctic race would not only be an absolute testament to human ingenuity and the capabilities of hydrogen-powered vehicles, but it would also draw global attention to the urgent issue of climate change in one of its most vulnerable frontiers.